this is crazy that we're sitting here right now. I remember when you had the Scene magazine, we had a benefit.
Over at Cabo.
Yes. And it was Texas Outlaw Challenge that day. And, I just wanted to sit on the dock and watch all the boats. And I was very thankful for everybody that came out and supported, whether it was volunteering, donations, sponsorships. And honestly, when I had that privilege to have that benefit, I had a kind of co-coordinated. I'm supposed to be the beneficiary, and I'm now event planning. And I invited one of my inspirations. Her name's Vanessa Sismar. Her and I met at TIER. And I had her...
Which is a huge program. If you guys don't know about that, tell them a little bit about that program, because apparently that's one of the best programs in the country. My girlfriend's, one of her ex-boyfriends, he was in a bad accident as well, and he was involved in TIER for a year or two. And, man, that just did wonders for him. So, yeah, that's a great program.
We met there on my second visit after I had to come to TIER to, basically learn how to live life again. She was next door, and, she had a little bit more of a harsher injury. I guess she broke cervical 1 and 2. And crazy thing is, we just meet each other at TIER. She hit a cow, too, coming home from a concert. Her and her boyfriend. Wow. So we became we're like family. They're out in San Marcos.
Yeah, what are the odds, right? Yeah, so.
And this girl is actually walking again.
That's something, man.
It puts tears in my eyes. Hey, you come to my benefit, you're going to walk. She's like, why you got to showcase me? It's well.
You got to give people hope, man. Yeah.
You are the capable one that's doing it. And she had an awesome support system from her husband, fiance, Mr. Joey. I can't wait to see him. I'd love to go visit him because I know she's doing very well. She does a lot of aggressive therapy. Fortunately, she has her house totally adapted. She has a lot of equipment in there, and
that's very cool.
They, had various support systems, and I remember her fighting to get a standing power chair. They went round and round and round with insurance and appeals and this and that, and she got one. I'm like, oh man, I gotta have one of them.
Yeah.
And I like standing up 6 foot. Who wants to be 5'4", can barely see it with a bar. But
you stand pretty tall, Gary.
We're not on video right now, but if I was, I'd probably stand up for the show. But maybe we could do it next time.
Well, I think your presence is what I'm saying. It's I don't. Yeah. So I mean, you stand tall, brother.
So Jordan, coming back to the Texas Adaptive Aquatics sports.
Yeah.
I know we had a good time at that golf tournament.
We did, man.
Rod Ryan.
We were hanging out with Rod Ryan and a couple other people. I mean, they had, a couple hundred people show up for this thing. And he's been partnered up with Roger and Texas Adaptive Aquatics for many, many years now. And they do a huge charity event at Wildcatters Golf Course. Lots of supporters, lots of love. And, I mean, they're able to raise tons and tons of money. It's just really, really neat. So that's how I first, I've heard of Texas Adaptive, and me and Gary have been working together and trying to get some things going, for a while, but that was my first time to meet Roger.
I was just striving to embrace my outreach.
Yeah.
And
yeah. That was an awesome event. I'm really glad I came, and I met some really cool people. So yeah.
I know we challenged him to do the jet serve. He's like, oh no.
We did. We rode some boards out there, and it was a lot of fun. We got to display them, and apparently Wildcatters Golf Course is the official sports golf club for the Texans and the Rockets and the Astros, officially. So they have a lot of really, really cool faces come through there, and so that was a really neat event. Yeah.
Yes, I know my grandfather used to golf, and he kind of inspired me. I never really picked up golf, but I know I needed an adaptive aid for my chair. A little toggle switch wouldn't work, so I put a golf ball on there.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Go Houston Texans.
That's right. You're
nice, nice. Yeah.
So people are like, hey, do you golf? I'm like, maybe one day. They're like, man, we got to see you hit the ball. I'm like, hey, you get the adaptive equipment. Meet me on,
Got to be a way.
Meet me on the green, and we'll make it work.
Gary's game.
So this is what Texas Adaptive Aquatics does. So they literally help people. They modify equipment. They set things up. They get volunteers. They have events where they can get people on the water. They were raising money at this golf tournament, but they really do is what we'll touch base on now.
Raising awareness,
but actually having events where they get guys like Gary out there on the water. all different, situations. But wow, I mean, whether you want to water ski, jet surf, which we're working on, just ride on the boats, so many different things, wakeboard, and these guys come out and volunteer, and anybody can do it. They have all sorts of apparatuses and modifications to do these things, and they're constantly working on more stuff. They need volunteers, guys. They need donations, and I'll let John kind of touch base on some of the stuff he's got pulled up here. So
the website's taasports.org.
Yes.
And, really probably the big thing we want to promote is the event coming up Saturday, August 7th. That's the Lake Houston Adaptive Aquatic Fest.
Aquafest. Yeah.
We all got to go to an Aquafest, man. This is going to be a great turnout.
Yeah, no, I'll be there.
Everybody's got to do an Aquafest once in their life.
So, this is Saturday, August the 7th, Lake Houston Adaptive Aquafest. It says free water ski clinic for children and adults with disabilities. They need volunteers. You can call 832-435-6253. As John said, you can go to www.taasports.org. Like I said, they need ski volunteers, they need donations, and believe me, your money is well spent. And if you can not only donate some money, but donate some of your time to go out there
that's
and
the most
help.
important. Everybody needs
just be involved.
To help them overcome this adversity. When you get on there, like, oh, I can't do it. Someone needs like a little pump. Like, you can't.
Yeah. They need motivators and coaches, and they need boats, and they need people out there, assisting. And so,
speaking of assisting, if they can get there at 9 a.m, help us set up.
Will you be there at 9, Gary? I'm just messing with you. I'll see you there at 9, brother.
Hey, if I don't have a ride, I'm going to call you up, man. I can't be late to the party.
Yeah, man.
But it goes from 10 to 5. So if you're going to volunteer, you can volunteer a couple hours, all day, whatever. But really, just come out there and watch. It's all about the smiles. Like, to see some of these people out there, from experience of watching their YouTube show or their lives, like these kids' smiles, these adult smiles, these veterans, like I don't know. I guess it's priceless because it's worth so much more because they get to do something that they never thought they could do.
Whether they've done it in the past or they've never done it before, and no matter if they're an adult or they're a kid, I mean, like you said, I'm looking at some of the photos here, and it's just phenomenal.
I was very thankful to meet this guy because it was going to help restore my passion again.
Right.
I call it like a plug.
What a good teammate, man.
Yeah. I've been supporting him through outreach and, just being his biggest fan because I knew I was going to ride the board one day. I had some complications when I was in, I don't know if y'all know what a bed sore is, but basically when you're a prisoner to your bed and you can't roll and move, your ass can only sit in one spot so much.
Sure.
I've seen all y'all like moved it 3 or 4 times. Like you don't even notice, but you're gonna do a weight shift.
Yeah.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
And right now I got a shitty mattress. I need to get me a new one. I had a nice air mattress that was Supreme, and unfortunately it popped. I'm trying to get a new one, but
we'll work on that, man.
My ass is good, so I'm gonna go take this adventure and go ride on a board for the first time. Like, this is like an experience. I'm ready to shred.
Whether you knee board, body board, ski, I mean,
even tubing. Tubing is the best.
It's not just skis, guys. I mean, they have all these modifications and setups. I mean, there's, boards with handlebars and boards that you sit on, boards that are designed for your knees. I mean, like I said, any type of situation you're in, they've probably come up with something to get you out there and have fun. And you're not on your own, guys. You've got people next to you. You've got safety. They need volunteers for the day, but what you don't realize is how much goes into these events and these organizations prior. They've been working on these events for so long.
This is all like a charity foundation.
And this is just one of the events, guys. So he's been involved all over the state of Texas. This is the Lake Houston Adaptive Aquafest. They're involved in Louisiana. They do Aquafest on Lake Palestine.
That was a good
They've done stuff down here in Clear Lake. They are involved with Sea Star Base in Galveston and the whole Veterans Disability Sailing Program.
Yes.
So, it's just amazing. He travels all over, but if you ever want to go to the headquarters or you want to go to this event this weekend, it's actually going to be at 103 Page Lane in Huffman, Texas, 77336. So basically, that's right off Lake Houston. If you know anything about North Houston area, you've got Huffman, Atascocita, Kingwood, all kind of around there. But he's on the other side of the lake in a really good spot, and he's been up there for a long time. I haven't been to the property, but I've seen pictures. It's an amazing facility. And even through hard times during floods and hurricanes, he finds the time and the money to keep the facility up and,
Oh yeah,
keep
like
on
they've
trucking.
had their docks torn apart.
Right,
Yeah.
but it's still
Docks
the
are not
show
cheap.
will go on. Yeah,
Docks are not cheap, and it takes a lot of man labor to
does.
cut all this wood and make it safe. I mean, the property is beautiful. You have a total panoramic view of Lake Houston.
they're doing boat rides. I mean, yeah, all the adaptive equipment is supplied by Texas Adaptive Aquatics, and the different donations and the people involved. So.
I'd like to share that he does even more than water sports.
Yeah.
He's been connected with adaptive hunting.
Oh, yeah, okay. Very
Yeah,
cool.
So, like, his passion to help people is, like, through the roof.
Were they hunting ducks on the water? Because it's got to be about the water. I'm just kidding. No, but
Hey, all the ducks like the water, so.
right, I'm
But,
kidding.
yeah, we have to catch up on that on another show.
Yeah, yeah.
I know hunting season's coming up at the end of
Yeah.
the fall, and who knows, man? Maybe I could put a gun mount on here, and I could get me some horns.
There you go.
Man, that would be awesome, dude.
But,
if
one
you
thing at a
do,
time.
I want you to attach the horns to your chair and rock that out for like a year, dude.
I thought about putting
They're
it
like,
on.
what's this all about? And you're like, I killed it, man.
No, the animal sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
I don't like to think about killing things, but I know. I guess it's part of the food chain. You got to eat some good lean meat somehow.
Well, that's a whole other subject, but hunting doesn't have to be about killing. There's been some people that have explained it to me in certain ways. Joe Rogan being one of them that has
Joe
really
Rogan.
broke it down. Speaking of podcasts, right, where basically there are a lot of hunters out there that they do a lot of good for the animals. An animal's death is not always the best, and so sometimes when you take out an old soul, it's for the better actually of the animal community and things. And it's a whole other topic, but it's not always about just killing. And I mean there are some big benefits to hunting and what they actually do for animal conservation and things like that. So yeah.
So are we going hunting too?
One of these days,
Hey, I'll be
yeah.
fine
That's
with,
off topic, but
Hey,
definitely.
I'll be fine with shooting the skeets in the air. Those
There you go.
the clay things. I guess you got to figure out where your sweet spot on your shot is before
Yeah.
you go shooting. I guess another animal.
Speaking of water and shooting skeet, I actually used to shoot shotguns out on Pelican Island in Galveston.
Oh wow!
And that was where we used to always go shoot shotguns, and it was a lot of fun out there, right on the water, just throwing skeet into Galveston Bay, and blast. I'm pretty sure it was highly illegal, but hey,
now
we
it's
were
like-
all doing it,
You got Greg Abbott that released it. Open carry.
Yeah.
I guess everybody's going to the Wild Wild West days. You never know who's packing.
And I think we were always that way, though.
I mean, personally, I don't have a concealed gun license. I don't even really own a gun, but I know they serve great purposes. I mean, they're there to hunt. Originally
protection, but
I know it's got us through some of these wars that we had, and I know you did a lot of good deeds when you were in the service. We're glad you're here because now we can shred water and put the past at the past and move forward.
another cool thing with the water, I was stationed on the Euphrates River in
Wow.
Iraq, so there's always some water, something to talk about. It was really cool. My base was literally located on the Euphrates River, so that was kind of neat.
Nice.
Hey, water's good, especially if it's fresh, clean water.
I don't know how clean it was, but it was nice to to look at.
I don't know
It looked clean.
I don't know if you want to drink the water out here in Clear Lake. I mean, you might get a salty taste, but
A little brackish.
A little brackish, yeah, but at least it's brackish. Honestly, I was just in Florida in Miami. God, I mean, I was jet surfing off Key Biscayne. The water literally burns your eyes,
really?
It's so salty. Yeah,
Oh,
so it really is a big difference in the salinization in certain parts of the world and certain places. Apparently in the Middle East, like Dubai, places like that. I mean, the water's so salty, so you just never know.
let's go to the Dead Sea. You could probably float in it.
Yeah, so brackish is okay. I'll take
Brackish
the
okay.
fresh and the salt mixed, and
It's
all
actually good for our boats out here. Not everybody has the pleasure of running a boat in brackish water.
Yeah.
I mean, these salt waters tear up people's boats. I mean, I have some friends, and they're like, man, the salt water is eating up my boat.
We can name off a couple services that can help you with that, actually.
Absolutely,
Just kidding.
Yeah, who are the services out here? I give them.
Oh, there's a ton, man. But
hey,
and they're very active.
Endeavor over here, they got some great mechanics.